here. How many people, this is your first time? Wow! Oh my gosh, awesome! Round of applause for all of you. How many of you are old hats? Woo! Good for you too. Okay. Before we start, I want to say your voice is important. And I am so glad that you're here. Thank you for writing your plays. Whether your play is going to be read or presented here today or not, it is so important that you wrote them, and I just thank you for putting your words down. Whether you wrote something funny or poignant or optimistic or nihilistic, it is a gift to us all just to share your voice. I got notes. So. Your voice matters, and I hope you will use it in a number of ways. Writing plays, but also writing essays or poetry, or writing music, or painting paintings, or writing legal briefs, maybe. We want to hear your voice, and we need your voice. So thank you for that. Okay. The first thing I want to do is thank our teaching artists for VYP. So, teaching artists, please stand up when I call your name. Gita Searforce. Erica McNulty. John Van Luling. Jordan Gullickson. Seth Jarvis. Shout out to Molly Kirshner, who couldn't be here today. And myself, if I was lucky enough to be here. And I also want to thank our Vermont Stage staff. So also, stand up if I call your name. Christina. And next, I'd like to thank all the festival artists, all the professional actors and directors who are here to give your plays life. So if you are a festival artist today, please stand up. Let's see, now I want to thank our honorable mentions and give you all a shout out for your play. So, we have Freedom for the Feathered by Hannah Bombleys. The Lone Shark's Revenge. Kathy Coffey and Lyra Abbott-Smith. A Series of Uninteresting Occurrences by Aster Figliola. A Trip to Broadway Gone Wrong by Ariel Green. The Mess Under My Bed by Emma Lintner. A Traitor by Zinnia Mitchell. The Lobster King by August Olmsted. And Tied to You by Talia Wigmans. And last but not least, I want to bring attention to our donors and thank them for making today possible. I want to thank Media Factory, who's live streaming this entire day. Main Street Landing, that has given us the run of the whole building. Flat Rock Fund, who's providing a lot of funding for our educational programs. Okay. now it's time to get started. I'm going to just give you a very brief overview of how the day works, and then I'm going to start calling groups up. So we have 3 blocks during the day. In the first block, I think 4 of you are going to be rehearsing your plays, and then we're also having workshops happening at the same time, and cold readings at the same time. That goes from 9:45 to 11:15. When that's over, we're all going to reconvene here. I'm going to meet back up here, and then we're going to go into round 2, block 2, which is the same thing. Okay? I'll call up the groups for the readings, then I'll call up the groups for the workshops, and the rest of us will stay here for the cold. And that all ends at 1. At 1, I'd like you to reconvene here again, so you can meet up with your school group, and that's lunch. From 1 to 2, we're on lunch. Wherever your teacher says you can do for lunch, you can do for lunch. It's up to them, all right? And you can find a place in the building or go outside. That's all cool. At 2 o'clock, we're going to start our showcase of the stage readings over in the black box, which is that way. In your program, there's a map, and it's over there. Please get there, before 2 so we can start at 2. And that is from 2 to about 3:30-ish, the end of the day. And that's it. Let's see, I had another thing to say about those, but I don't remember what it was. I'll remember later. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. You can find me. Okay? Any questions? Okay. Oh, I know what I was going to say now. There are schedules. If you haven't gotten your schedule, they're out there. The schedule looks like this, without the big star, because that's mine. And there's also programs out there. And schedule of the day is on the programs also. Okay? All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call up the groups for the stage reading rehearsals. I'm going to call up the playwright and the director. If you are an actor in that group, please join them up here. And we're all going to kind of group up here, and then I'll send them off all at once. All right? So first we have Elena Guadagno and Kim Rockwood. Kim Rockwood's the director. Elena, are you here? Okay. If you're in this play, please come join your group. Okay. Next we have playwright Chloe Jarvis, and Jordan Gullickson is the director. If you want to just meet up over here, if you're in that group, join them. Next we have Daniel Pagan is our playwright, and I'm directing. You guys come on up here. If you're in that group, please stand over there, right there. And lastly, we have Aubrey Devaney and Rebecca. Oh my gosh, Rebecca, I don't want to pronounce your name wrong, so come on up. And if you are in that group, please join Rebecca and Aubrey. Okay. So you have on your schedule, directors know where you're going. You can go to your rehearsal rooms. And let's see, my group, yeah. Ooh, Seth, where are you?
I'm right here.
And Dennis.
Oh, yeah.
They've never done this before. They don't know what's going on. You're over here, guys. They're shy. They're so shy. They're embarrassed to be in front of people. Seth, you can take everyone and I'll meet you guys in a minute. Wherever we are. We're in the classroom. So, whoever the director is, you have on your schedule. The director take you to your room. Hey guys, Dennis. Yeah, you go with me, but I gotta stay up here. I will see you in a minute. I'll see you in a minute. You guys know where to go? Okay. Next, we're doing workshops. I'm going to read off your name for your workshop, okay? So first, we've got Kiana with theater boundaries, theater play with boundaries. I'm going to read your name. I apologize if I pronounce it wrong, okay? We've got Hadley Albertson, Ella Bayer-Pact. If I read your name, come on up. You're in this workshop. Okay? Ariel Greenblatt, Madeline Greenblatt, Carolyn Sackett, Anastasia Shea, Wilder Stewart, Abby Collier, Eden Schwartz, Ella Wells, Isra Saidi, Yusuf Mayange, Dominique Wayland, Olive Knight, June Montague, Sumali Vilodja, Victoire Siku, Safia Ahmed, Ushika, okay, Yushika, Lily White, and Jack. That's an easy one, because I have no last name for that person. Jack, thank you. Okay, and Addie Montague, Amy Dowd, Patty Coffey, and Lyra Abbott Smith. My name gets pronounced. Okay, so we got everybody? Okay. Where's Lyra Abbott Smith?
Let's go. Oh yeah.
All right, next we have clowning around, a little fun with clowning with Chris.
A quick peek into the joy.
Yes. I matched the title. There we go. A quick peek. Not a long one, a quick peek. Okay, are you ready? Nora, this is a long list, so listen up. Nora Brady, Lila Child, Sam De Silva, Emma Riani, Violet Jenish Wasserman, Anna Feller, Mohammed Bakal, Carmen Werner, Chloe Jarvis, Avi Becker, Lucy Kavanaugh, Henry Chang, Dylan Coolidge, Griffin Gerlach, Ika Goodenow, Finnegan Harris, Fiona McDonald, Haley McQuaid, Asa Nelson, Owen Sheldon, Aidan Sweeney, Ellie Neveau, Jackson McGinnis, Shelley DuPont, Callie Donlin, Tona Piazza, Emma Palin, Moss Pines, Jibu Ruzingi, August Olmsted, Najima Ali, Scarlett Kittrell, Barakit Gee, and Ailey Olson.
Yay! Okay, everybody, this way. You're going to the great room. It is on this floor.
If you change your mind and you're like, oh my God, I have to stay for the cold readings, stay for the cold readings. Totally cool, okay? Okay. You know who it is? Oh, Sophia? I know who all these people are. Thank you. Okay. Hi, it's time for the cold readings. I'm going to pass this over to Mary Beth. And come on down. I'm sure she'll tell you. Come closer. Here you go.
Hello, hello. We few, we proud. I would love it if you would move a little closer. It just makes a difference when we're a little closer to the action. It's more enjoyable. So if you don't mind, sort of in the center section, then our actors have something to respond as you're laughing, as you're weeping, as you're raising your hand in joy. So if you were in the middle section, closer is better. All right, now it feels like a little bit more of an audience. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So nice to see you all. Again, my name is Mary Beth McNulty, and I'm always proud to do Vermont Young Playwrights because I still write plays today, but I started at a Young Playwrights festival probably when I was 14. So these festivals are amazing, and I'm just really excited to be in the mix with you today. So let's kick things off.
I didn't know that.
It's true, it's true. I started out with, not VYP, but in Virginia. Seth Jarvis also did the same festival. So he was another playwright. So these things matter if you are interested in playwriting. When you start young, it can grow and become a writer for real, out in the world. Okay, so we're going to do these cold reads, which are really fun. So we're going to get some actors up here. They're going to read the stage directions, and then after the cold read, we're going to have some time to really reflect on what we heard. I'm going to call the playwright up here, ask a few questions, and you too can ask some questions. We have these QR codes around the room. They're on the edge, they're on the walls. So you can, we know it's sort of fun to get on your phone. I'm going to let you get on your phone, not right away. But eventually, after the play is performed, we'd love to hear your comments or your questions, and then we're going to ask the playwright to share a little bit of what their thoughts were when they wrote the play. So let's get started. Our very first play is, our very first amazing play is from Montpelier High School. And it is Gregory's Glittering Garden Grub. Lovely alliterative, by Maya R.J. Russell. Excellent, thanks Maya. And the cast includes Timothy, so come on down when I call your name, is played by Avery. And Chalamet, who will be played by John. And Georgina, who's going to be played by Ramona, and Susan is going to, Gita's going to play the role of Susan. And then Penny Derizette is going to do our stage directions for us. So come on down.
Hello.
Yeah, turn your mics on.
Hello, hello, hello.
Is this thing on? If your green light is on, your mic is on.
Check. Okay. Gregory's Glittering Garden Grub by Maya R.J. Russell. Characters. Timothy, a young corporate worker who was recently fired, who is extremely passionate about Gregory's Glittering Garden Grub. Chalamet, the CEO of GGGG, hasn't seen his mother for 20 years. Georgina, Chalamet's assistant, doesn't care about her job. Susan, Chalamet's mother, who makes a killer chocolate tomato pineapple cake. Setting, an NYC street in the financial district right outside of Gregory's Glittering Garden Grub. At Rise, Timothy is pacing back and forth in front of Gregory's Glittering Garden Grub.
God, what am I going to do? What am I going to tell Caitlin? I can't believe I got laid off. I was such a good employee. I even got that report in on time once. I wish I just became an actor. They always have so many job offerings.
Timothy paces the stage and then opens up his phone and begins to scroll on it. While he scrolls, he finds a job listing.
Oh, wow. Gregory's Glittering Garden Grub is hiring? I've always wanted to work there. I mean, I don't really consider myself a brand loyal, but I am for Gregory. Wow. I should apply. I'm a shoo-in for their graphic designer position. They'll love me so much it won't even matter that this ad is for sales representative.
While Timothy is talking, Chalamet walks right out of Gregory's Glittering Garden Grub. He walks right into Timothy, and they both fall over.
Oh my, sir, I I am so sorry. I was daydreaming about Gregory's glittering garden grub again, and it happens more often than you'd think. I have a strange love for gardening supply stores, and sorry, here I go again.
No, I get it. No one else shares my love of Gregory's Glittering Garden Club as much as I do. I mean, I built this place up from scratch in the 80s myself. You know, we used to just shell shovels. There I go, talking about glittering gardening grub again.
Wait, did you create Gregory's glittering garden grub? Are you Gregory?
Yes.
Wait, really?
No.
Huh?
Huh?
Did you create Gregory's glittering garden grub? Are you Gregory?
Maybe. On the count of 3, I'll tell you if I'm Gregory.
That's not how names work.
Well, look at you knowing how names work and all of that. Your mother must be so proud.
You just told me you created Gregory's glittering garden grub.
Look, on the count of 3, I'll tell you if I'm Gregory. 1, 2, 3.
Who are you?
My name is Chalamet, okay? Are you happy now?
Why did you make it seem like you were Gregory from Gregory's glittering garden grub?
I don't know. You just seemed really excited to meet him, and I didn't have the heart to tell you he got in a freak roller skating accident in the 80s.
Oh.
Yeah. Look, I'm the CEO of this place, though. That's something.
Wait, you're the CEO? I need a job here. I was just looking at your listing, and I think I would make a really good candidate for your graphic designer position. Now, I know you aren't hiring, but still, just give me a chance and I can show you that I'm up for the job.
Shh. Stop right there. I can tell you need me to do you a favor. And it just so happens that I need a favor done for me.
Chalamet starts pacing in front of Timothy, looking powerful and businesslike.
I haven't spoken to my mother in 24 years. And I miss her dearly, especially her chocolate tomato pineapple cake. It is the most delicious thing in the world, and I haven't had it in 24 years.
You haven't spoken to your mother in 24 years?
That's right. It was a petty fight. I still remember the day she told me to get out of her house, and I haven't seen her since October 18, 2015.
Wait, did you say 24?
But she would never want to see my face again, let alone make me her famous cake. So that is what I want you to do. Bring me some of my mother Susan's famous chocolate tomato pineapple cake. Can you do that for me? I would, in turn, give you a job as a graphic designer at Gregory's Glittering Garden Grub.
Timothy is full of awe, with eyes that say he would do anything for Gregory's glittering garden grub.
Yes, of course. Let me leave now. Wait, where does she live?
Why, yes, on the corner of 900 and 756. And here, take Georgina with you. She's my assistant. I expect she'll be of great help. Georgina!
Georgina walks in very slowly. She is on her phone, chewing gum, her weight on one hip, like how one might imagine a bratty 14-year-old to stand.
What?
Georgina, could you please assist dear...
Timothy.
on his quest to find my mother, retrieve her chocolate tomato pineapple cake, and bring it back to me in a journey to grant him a fine position here at GGGG?
Wait, wasn't your mother here, like, yesterday?
No, that was a potential collaborator.
Then why was she so old?
Oh my gosh, juicy office drama? I love it here already. Okay, Georgina, let's go.
Whatever.
Georgina, what train do we get on?
Well, what's your favorite letter in the alphabet?
G. Why?
Alright, we're going on the G train.
Wait, how did you know?
Timmy! I can't be your tour guide. I'm trying to buy tickets to Rihanna, and the Wi-Fi sucks down here. Plus, Ticketmaster isn't letting me log on.
Wait, what? We're doing my thing.
I can multitask.
Whatever. Wait, so where are we even going? Isn't 756th in Kips Bay?
I don't know. I live in Queens.
Timothy pulls out a comically oversized map.
Okay, I think we have to take the 5 train, get off here, then walk a couple blocks.
Sure. There is awkward silence, but only for Timmy. Georgina doesn't care about him at all.
So, how long have you been working at Gregory's Glittering Garden Grub?
What?
Gregory's Glittering Garden Grub.
What the hell is that?
The place you work.
No.
Yes.
I
friend.
So do you have hobbies or?
I garden.
Oh, of course you do, yeah.
Yes, I get all my glittering grub from Gregory. Right now, I've been really into bonsai trees. You see, the trick with bonsai...
Oh, look, the train is here.
They get on the train. More awkward silence.
Do you have hobbies?
Georgina doesn't answer or acknowledge him.
Georgie...
Rihanna tickets just went live, and if I don't secure pet tickets, I don't know what I'll do.
Okay, but I think we're at our stop.
What did I just say?
Georgina, you have to get off or the train will leave with you on it.
I am in the middle of something.
They're just yelling at each other now. Timothy is yelling at how she needs to get off, and Georgina's yelling about how critical it is to get these tickets and trying to make him shut up. In the end, T pulls her out of the train car.
Oh my God, Georgina!
I have priorities.
Well, anyway, we're here. Chalamet's mom is at the end of this block.
Okay, let's go then.
Wait, let's think for a second. We can't just go into her place asking for cake. She's going to know we're here for Gregory. We need some kind of disguise to get some cake without her knowing who it's for. Ah, I got it. We can dress up as plumbers, and when she goes to pay us, we just say instead of money, we can be paid with her locally famous cake.
But you don't look like a plumber.
Plumbers are not bound to be a specific style of dress.
Georgina knocks on the door. The door is open. Susan looks kind and thoughtful. She has a nice apartment.
Hello. What can I do for you?
Oh, I see the resemblance.
She immediately shuts up.
What?
Oh, sorry, hi, yes, I'm a plumber. We are here to fix a broken pipe.
I don't think I have a broken pipe.
Yes, you do. Your landlord sent us, remember?
What? I never told him about anything broken.
Yes, you did. You're acting crazy.
I?
Look, I am the only person you can trust here. Now let's fix that pipe.
Whatever. Who are you?
Oh, I'm his social media manager. I take videos of him, fixing sinks and stuff and post them to TikTok. We have like 2 million followers. So. Huh. We also do social commentary. It's like the sink is democracy and the wrench or whatever you fix sinks with is like voting. Yeah, voting.
Okay then. Well, get to it.
Timothy walks over to her wall and inspects it.
Oh, I guess you were right. All the pipes are good. So, about our payment.
Wait, what?
See, you have something we want.
Georgina starts circling Susan.
Susan, see, we've been sent by some people here. Bad people, Susan. You understand? We're just doing our jobs. It's nothing personal. So we can either do it the easy way or the hard way, got it?
What is going on?
Your cake! The famous chocolate tomato pineapple cake. Give us some.
Who are you people?
At that moment, Chalamet bursts into the room.
Wait! I can't let you do this!
Chalamet?
Son!
'Tis I can't let you go through with this. Mother, it's me. I miss you. I sent these goons here. I thought I missed your cake, but what I really missed was you, Mother. I'm sorry.
Chalamet, I haven't seen you in so long. What have you been doing? I'm so sorry we stopped talking because of our petty fight.
I know. To be honest, I don't even remember what we were fighting about.
Oh, I do.
The sound cue plays that signifies you're in the 90s. Maybe a rewind sound or a computer dial-up.
Hey, teenage Chalamet, what are you going to do with all your life besides just play that Nintendo all day?
You'll see, Mom. I'll become a billionaire and marry a Spice Girl.
But Chalamet, you need to stay here and take over the family tanning salon.
No, I am becoming my own person. Sayonara.
The flashback ends and we are back in present day.
Huh. Did any of that come true?
One of them.
Oh, Chalamet, I'm so sorry. I was so petty. I should have let you live your own life.
I'm sorry too, Mother. Timothy, thank you for everything. Here is $80,000 and a position on our marketing board. Georgina, would you give him the company necklace?
When did you get here?
Like 5 minutes ago?
Georgina,
Can you give it to him?
Georgina's on her phone buying Rihanna tickets, of course.
No, I'm busy, sorry.
Oh, wait, Mom, do you still make your amazing chocolate tomato pineapple cake?
Why, yes. I have some already now. I was going to bring it to book club this afternoon.
Do you think I could have some?
Sure, honey. Lana's hosting this month, and she made us read the Da Vinci Code, so I don't mind depriving her of my world-famous cooking. Here, have a piece.
Thanks, Mom.
They hug. The end.
Who did this?
Seriously.
Can we have Maya come on up? Or actually, I'll move if you go to that way. Because we have questions, Maya. We have questions. Our first question is, we really want to know what inspired you to write this play?
Well, I wrote a play last year and it got performed and it was like kind of emotional and I wanted to do like a funny one. So I did that and I was like, I wanted to be like the most Monty Python absurd as it can be, and so I think I did that.
Agreed. Maya, would you mind taking some questions from our audience? Oh, look, one right there.
Oh, yeah, you. Yeah, you. Oh, okay.
So I really loved the character of Georgina, and for some reason she really reminded me, like, given the name of Gina Linetti from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Yeah, was that inspired by her?
Yeah, I was gonna change the name, all these names, but then I didn't. So that's why we have Timothy and Chalamet, because I forgot to change them.
As placeholder names, I think they work though.
Yes, not anymore.
Question?
Was the like chocolate tomato pineapple cake like inspired by something like the certain flavor? Did you just make that up?
I made it up because I wanted it to sound really gross. But like not completely out of this world. So yeah. I mean, you can try making one. I would love to try it.
You've inspired us all. We see on the screen, somebody is letting you know that this was great and a funny story. Thank you. Any other questions?
Love, love, love. When you were going through the process and you did your first draft, then you heard it imagined through the workshop process, when you were hearing it, did that help you with the farce and the funny aspect and like working on where the jokes landed? Say more about that.
Actually, yeah. So we had our guest writer, and I forgot the acronym I came up for him. But so we're just gonna call him guest writer. But we did like improv, and I was like, I need to do that with my play. And that's really where all the characterization for Georgina came from. Because my friend Elena, who you're gonna see her play later, How to Slow Time, she like played Georgina, and she was hilarious. And I just like wrote down everything she said, and then I put it in the script. And that's how I came up with like the plumbing thing and all that.
Awesome. That's one of my favorite things about being a playwright is you're not alone. You have friends who can help you collaborate and make the play even better. So I love that. We have a few more comments. Did any specific people inspire the characters?
Yes. That scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail where they're yelling at the French guy and King Arthur about like sparrows, and it's just like, your mother is a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries, and I wanted it to be like crazy because I think that's the funniest thing in the entire world. So I wanted to create the second funniest thing in the entire world.
Sounds like that was your inspiration. You see a lot of enthusiasm for the humor and the piece. And then this last question, how long did it take to come up with the play?
Our workshop, I had no ideas, and then I left with that idea, and then I wrote it like 2 weeks later. Because I procrastinated.
Oh, a vote for procrastination and creativity, I think.
I heard recently that like procrastination isn't like a real word, that we're actually doing a lot of work in that
I
process
was thinking of it, yeah.
until, like, until you see something.
Yeah.
All right, I think we have time for maybe one more question from the audience or on the screen. Oh, look, ready for it.
I just have a comment first. That's so cool that it came from improv because I thought the comic timing was really amazing and just encourage you to stay in that space. The other thing that we've seen, like at the festival, I was here yesterday, is that a lot of you all play with like absurdism and heightened realities, and like when you grow big, you lose some imagination if you're not lucky, and so like just like stay in that space. I love how you just stretched everything to its limits of silly, and it made the reality like truer. So like well done. I thought it was amazing.
Go ahead.
Oh, I just want to comment on the fact that you had mentioned Monty Python and the Holy Grail as an influence. I mean, that's been an influence for people who write comedy for many, many generations. So I think it just is stunning, and congratulations. I thought it was a great piece of writing.
Excellent. Let's give a final round of applause. All right, let's transition. That was a great kickoff. We're going to go ahead and transition to Battle Against the Parasite. And that is by Vera Kane. And I've lost my... I'm stealing this. Thank you. Performing in Battle Against the Parasite from Rock Point High School. So let's hear it for Rock Point. We have Steve, who's being played by Avery Smith. The Parasite, who's being played by Gita Searforce. The Voice by John Francois. And Sarah will be played by Penelope Jarazette. And Ramona Beskin will be our voice of our stage direction. So let's hear it for this gang.
Battle against. Can you hear me? I can't tell. Hello? Okay, thank you. Battle Against the Parasite by Vera Kane. Characters: Sarah, female, early 20s. Steve, male, early 20s. Parasite, non-human creature. Question mark, an off-stage voice from anyone. Setting: a black void-like world. At Rise, two people enter a realm of black void, each holding a weapon. Their goal is to facilitate the birth of a new god of their world, to be much kinder and benevolent than the last.
What is this place?
It's like the shadow realm I was taken to before, but something about this feels different.
There is something at the center.
They look to a bright yellow orb in front of them.
This could be the egg the new god is born from.
So what now?
Just as they are to continue on, a new voice neither has heard before interrupts them.
Welcome.
Who is that?
You people show up. I would have never thought someone would come.
Are you the new god?
That doesn't matter. What you should know is that the yellow orb you gaze at is no egg, but instead contains your home of Sandaria.
What do you want?
How about I show you?
The parasite shoots a beam of light at the yellow orb and eviscerates it to nothing.
No!
See how easy that was for me? And now I think we need a new world to replace it.
Tell me who you are!
Fine. I am a creature who just wants to make this world free of pain. The emotional strain of life. Our world has no need for such useless worries. What is the point? People can get past the pain, but some let it consume them till death.
We don't try to feel that way, but that's just how life is.
So you see my point. We need to create a world rid of that useless thing that holds us down.
This isn't right.
Don't be too hasty. Listen to logic rather than useless emotions that only serve to hold us down. Our purpose is to exist and survive, so what more could we ask for?
Like I believe any of that.
I would recommend you be careful what you say to this thing. It is after Sandaria and has the power to get its way.
Sandaria is already gone. For it was no more than a shadow of the one who thought they deserved it.
Like you're any different.
Don't speak of what you don't understand, girl. You will eventually eventually support something far worse.
We can still fight.
I do suppose I need to take care of you. We stand as imperfect remnants that could infect our new world, and we can't let flaws be left in the end.
The parasite, once hidden in darkness, comes into view.
Let us finish off this worthless civilization.
What even are you? You're clearly not the new god.
I hate repeating myself, so this will be the last. It doesn't matter.
Whatever. What I do know is we've gotten this far together, and it won't end here.
Be careful, Sarah. I suspect this will be no easy battle.
I wonder how long we will last.
The parasite charges at Steve. They use their sword to deflect a few blows of the parasite, but eventually the parasite is able to get through and attach themselves to Steve.
Death is the only thing that can help us. For me, it will come once my world is complete. For you, immediate action is needed.
Steve, I'll get you.
Let me make it simple. You don't have a way to save them,
Parasite snaps Steve's neck, killing them instantly.
because I make this quick and easy for all of us.
Steve!
They were useless against me. Now, how does that feel?
Isn't
Isn't it great? All that progress you made with them is gone.
I'll kill you!
But what purpose does that have? You will still have lost all that you loved and cared for. You have nothing to fight for. That's why they die. That is why we suffer. Can't believe they won't let us worthless things exist. That is why we must do this.
But
Don't bother, for it doesn't matter anymore. With their soul and that of Sandaria, we can make something worth a damn. Just, tell me when you're ready. Don't worry, I'll make it quick and painless.
he's gone!
Exactly. You mean nothing. They mean nothing. I mean nothing. We all mean nothing. So why give a damn about your dead?
But I can't let you win, not after what you did.
Then take your time. I'll be patient.
After a small period of waiting, Sarah swings her sword and the parasite dodges.
You don't want to make this easy, do you?
I don't know how, but I have a feeling inside of me that won't let me die. I have to make sure a world of meaningless doesn't exist.
Sarah tries again to strike the parasite, but once again it is dodged.
You swing well, but it is wasted on all of this useless revenge.
I don't care, I just want to see you dead.
So be it. You fight to a stubborn end. I'll let you ponder what that gets you.
Sarah strikes again, this time hitting the parasite back with the force of her blade.
Are you happy? Did you get what you wanted with that? Because you seem just as miserable as before.
You took them from me, so of course I'm not happy. Doesn't mean you won't still pay for this and give back what you took.
Even if I wanted to, my powers can't bring back the dead, for they are far gone by now.
Then I will find someone who can, like the new god.
You think they will help us? No one who is above this life that infected us. They too will die from all of our Creator's curse. You stand wanting to escape the pain of life, yet you preserve to protect its very existence?
Shut up!
I fight for a life where we can all accept our place. A perfect life it may not be, but one that will go on more smoothly. And besides, what do you think we can do about it? What about this end will lead to a salvation?
My soul is related to the one who created this place. Someone who fought for justice, for people, and did not let humanity die out in a meaningless way. That will lead me to glory.
But they aren't here to help you, for they too are lost in the impenetrable void of death. Their pleas finally silenced within.
Ah!
Sarah wildly strikes at the parasite and misses before taking a moment to catch her breath.
Fight me, you goddamn coward! You have my permission to try and kill me, if you so need it!
Then let death's grace come to you.
The parasite lights up as they absorb something out of view from Sarah.
Know that even if you think violence is the way out here, you'll see the road is quite futile too.
Light shining brightly will help you!
Sarah slashes at the parasite, this time hitting them as they stand still, but the parasite looks to be undamaged.
This isn't right!
You see what I'm capable of? I will show the truth of our reality as your emotions. fall to dust.
I will not give up that easily. I'll show you just how powerful I can be.
Let's see how long that futile attempt lasts.
Suddenly, a new light flows through Sarah, one unlike anything she has ever felt before.
I feel something new. What is this?
Unafraid, Sarah uses this new power as glowing light is absorbed by her.
You feel the souls of the departed resonate with you.
What are you doing now?
I don't quite know, but it will save me.
Your methods will fail. There's only one way this can go.
Please help me. I will avenge you and end this nightmare.
You feel the souls of the departed resonate with you.
A faint picture of a man helping an injured Sarah comes to mind.
You've got to help me. I'm not fighting for me anymore, but for you. No, I'm fighting for our life that the world deserves. So don't give up on me.
You feel the souls of the departed resonate with you.
A faint picture of two people chatting around a fire comes to mind.
Steve, I feel you.
He's dead. Gone. Nothing but his pitiful corpse remains.
That's what you think, but you couldn't be more wrong.
You feel the souls of the departed resonate with you.
A faint picture of a girl crying over her dead father who sacrificed himself for her comes to mind, but Steve comes to comfort her.
Did he die too?
He may not have died by your hand, but he will support me in my growing power to defeat you.
He's in a better place now. So why don't you join him?
You will first.
You feel the souls of the departed resonate with you.
A faint picture of a desert town comes to mind.
That's all I can remember.
Got enough of your game? Good. Now you'll have no one left to save you.
I'll think of someone.
Try all you want, but you will fail.
Wait, I know now.
You feel the souls of the departed resonate with you.
A picture of the fallen god embracing Steve comes to mind.
Even then? How could that bastard do something like that?
I doubt you'll ever understand a change of heart. Now, I just need a bit more.
You don't. We lose. We give up.
I will find you. I will save you. I will do it for everyone.
You feel the soul of the new mighty being resonate with Sarah.
But you can't do that. We are not dead.
If you thought this was about the dead, you really are simple-minded. And now that our wills have aligned, we have come to stop your corruption once and for all. And with their power, I won't lose. I can't lose.
Sarah's sword shines bright as it strikes the parasite, this time visibly injuring it.
Not again. Not the ones who have aligned once more. Fate will have no say here. I infest your mind until you rot. Rot, I say.
How do you like that? You and your world will never come as the power fades from you.
They clash again.
My power halts you in the sands.
What do you have now?
My wrath. One that burns eternally like the fires of hell.
What are you even talking about?
If you only knew.
They clash again. The so-called wrath of the fort parasite morphs to frustration.
So strong, yet it won't die. I refuse to believe it. I'm the one that feeds off of you. Don't act like you're free of me. Don't act like you don't have a will of your own. Only one path remains for us.
You really are a weak and pathetic thing. Why do you even continue when all you truly want is freedom of pain, one that comes in death?
I can only die when the pain is gone. When these goddamn goals I've had will come to fruition to be truly at peace.
So you really never understood life.
No one does. No one will. Ever. No matter what happens.
Sarah strikes the parasite for the killing blow and leaves the creature gasping for breath in its final moments.
My wrath! It still wasn't enough. But how? You are something beyond what I thought human beings could be. How is the human feeling persistent enough to not know its place? Did I make some kind of mistake? Why? Why must it fight back so strongly? I will never understand the life that they created, so my death may be just right. I don't want to belong in this world anymore. My ideal was never realized. And if what you proved with your logic, you bring about a world that will always break mine.
But what does it matter? I'm going to die anyway. I hope death's grace can still give peace now, even if it wasn't in the right way. And with it, so does the hope. There's still something good left in this world.
Parasite falls to the ground, dead.
It's dead. Is it finally over? Am I free of their pain? I'm alone now, unless the new god is here, but what can it do for me now? Wait, what is this light? I don't know what's happening.
A white light envelops Sarah. Thin.
Vera, come on down. One of my favorite things about a festival like this is the genre switch that can happen in a matter of minutes. So can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about what inspired you to write this piece?
So this was like a part of a much larger story that I wrote, and I really liked it as a kind of standalone piece. So I kind of edited a bunch to kind of make it work for that, but there's also a lot of lines that kind of imply some larger story, but I don't feel like you absolutely need to know it to understand the whole.
Yes, I agree. It did have that sort of epic quality to it, but I think you're right that it stood on its own. Justice for Steve. Yeah. Oh, look, we have our first question. Did Sarah become the new god?
The ending's very...
Try closer to the mic. Yeah.
The ending's kind of up to interpretation. There is kind of a way that I have it, but it requires context beyond the story. It's kind of, but mostly I kind of just put it up to interpretation based on what you feel like, because that was just kind of, I felt like was the best way to end it.
I agree. There's something lovely about a piece where the audience can bring their own understanding to it. There's another question about your inspiration. So what are some of the things that might have influenced you as you were writing this?
I'm always interested in like writing villain characters. Kind of just ones that kind of like have their own ideals that kind of clash with the hero. And I don't know, the idea of like death and stuff is very important to me, so I kind of wrote, that's eventually how the idea of like the parasite came about, and kind of just like iterating on that.
I think you definitely came through with a good versus evil. Well, here, we have another question.
So, do you think at any point you're going to write a sequel where Steve comes back with a missile launcher, like, take that, parasite, I'm not actually dead? Because we all made the Steve kind of missile launcher.
We do not agree on that.
I heard you were going to make your own fan fiction on that. And you're free to do that, and I will gratefully read that.
One question that came up is, thematically, did you decide to make the antagonist, or why did you make the antagonist a parasite?
Because it feeds off, like, the idea, it feeds off a lot of the negative ideas of humanity and kind of morphs them into its own kind of idea. And a lot of the way it speaks, it kind of tries to like manipulate your own words against you. Like it's trying to use your own self, kind of like how a parasite does. It feeds off of you. So that's why the idea of calling it the parasite.
And we have one comment that the parasite had this depth to it by doubting itself in those final moments.
Yeah, that was based off like another character that I kind of like, I always thought it was interesting when like a villain kind of doubts it, but he doesn't, or the parasite doesn't fully like change or anything. And I kind of just think it's interesting to show just like that they don't, even they, who seem so firm in their ideal, doesn't, just kind of isn't, when things happen that they don't expect, that they have to try to interpret it in sometimes they struggle, like question themselves.
Good. That makes for a stronger conflict in a piece, right?
I so appreciate the way you're using the oral and visual cues as a structure. The souls of the departed resonate within you, that how that's kind of incanted, like almost like a refrain, and then with it a visual of, you know, the different people who have passed and like a vision of them. So I wonder about, had you, when you were writing and when you think about the piece, do you have visual ideas or imagery that you've like either sketched or thought about bringing in some visual pieces?
I mean, I love having visual pieces. I haven't really made those, but I certainly think that would help like reaffirm kind of some of those ideas.
Well, one of the nice things about it being a play is you can have the potential to work with other designers. So a lighting designer, a costume designer could really collaborate with you in something like that. And another question, did you consciously bring in philosophy, including nihilism?
I mean, yeah, I mean, nihilism kind of plays a part in the parasite's character, but like, I also like try to understand why, go deeper into like why people feel that way, but also I don't normally like, I like doing characters that aren't like a person you would find in a real world. Like maybe they seem human, but like there's something a bit different. So I can kind of explore things just a bit differently than how it would in real life. And I kind of morphed the idea of nihilism into this festering parasite.
Excellent. Any final questions?
Is the voice in the parasite the same kind of being? And why did you choose to portray them separately?
So, the voice is more of a separate, it's more, the closest, it's most, for me it's closely implied to be like, in a way, the new God kind of reaffirming the belief in Dasara, because it's not like the parasite perfectly understands everything and can't fully control like overall all of humanity by just controlling like a god or something. I think that's what I was so that's kind of the idea of the voice, and it's more kind of like an internal voice that kind of both of them hear was the idea.
Well, let's give it up for Vera Kane. Thank you. Thank you to our actors. Our next piece is from Winooski. And it is called The Beginning of the End by Scarlett Cottrell and Barakit G. All right, the role of Margaret will be played by Ramona. The role of Marco is going to be played by our friend John here. Cassandra will be played by Penny Derizette, and Iris by Gita Searforce.
Beginning of the end. Characters: Margaret Fanta, tarot reader; Marco Fanta, brother; Cassandra, client; and Iris Fletcher, best friend of Margaret. Scene 1. Margaret and Cassandra sit in Margaret's tarot room across from each other.
I have exciting news, Cassandra. The cards are telling me that you and your husband are going to have twin babies next year.
Fiddling with cards and getting a paper cut starts sucking on injured finger.
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
Ah, yes, thank you. Just a little paper cut.
Good, I'm glad. And back on the topic of twins, are you sure that's what the card said? Me and my husband have been trying for years, but we just found out I'm infertile.
Oh, would you look at the time? Looks like our 30 minutes are up. What a pity.
Wait, but
Cassandra checks her watch as Margaret rushes her out and closes the door, resting her back against it.
Whew, that was a close call. Where did I put my Band-Aids? The cut looks bluish.
Marco walks in on Margaret putting a Band-Aid on and starts yelling at her.
This is getting out of hand, Margaret.
Marco, listen.
No, you listen to me. You are scamming way too many innocent civilians. Even our mom is starting to believe you, and she knows you're scamming people. If you don't stop soon and get a real job, I'm reporting you.
Reporting me to whom?
I don't know. I don't care. This has to stop.
Maybe I'm getting everything correct.
Ha! You wish.
Who knows at this point? You know that I couldn't make the rent last month. If my way of making ends meet is by selling my spirit card readings, then so be it.
I get it. But if you need help, you know you can come live with me or Mom. You don't need to keep doing this.
Wait, look at the TV. That's my client from this morning.
Both siblings look at the TV and see the client.
my tarot reader works wonders. Margaret Fanta predicted that I and my husband would get pregnant. Twins specifically within the year. My husband and I have been having some fertility issues, but I still went to the drugstore to test my luck, and lo and behold, I'm pregnant. Time will tell if they're twins.
Sandra and the TV leave.
What
The
hell?
Can we both agree that this was the strangest thing we have collectively ever seen?
Yeah.
That's one nasty cut you have.
Oh yeah, I got cut by my cards earlier. It turned all blue. Should I get it checked out or something?
Definitely. Do you want to go get tea?
Sure. We have to be fast because I'm meeting Iris in an hour.
And who's Iris again?
Seriously. Iris has been my best friend for 17 years. Keep up.
Oh, her! Yeah, I remember her. She gave me $1 once for a lemonade.
Oh, shoot. The rent is due tomorrow, so I can't buy tea.
And I don't have to pay rent tomorrow as well?
Are you the one scamming people with spirit readings?
Hey, you got one right so far.
Exit. Scene 2. 3 years later. Margaret's business is booming. She is in her high-rise office talking on the phone with her brother.
Marco, I'm telling you, ever since I got that nasty cut from my cards, you remember? The one where I went to the ER after glittery pus oozed out of it? I think that's why I can actually see into people's futures now. I know it's weird, but at least I'm rich now.
Margaret pauses to listen to her brother, but cuts him off.
Hey, listen. I need to do some mindful cleansing before my next client comes. I'll talk to you later. Love you, loser.
Margaret puts her phone down. She finds a spot on the floor and starts meditating. Suddenly, her face drops as she has a vision of the end of the world.
Hey girl, I brought your favorite green tea with whole milk. It's a little weird in my opinion, but whatever you need, Miss Mind Reader. I thought I would just pop in before... Wait, OMG, are you okay? Hey, Margaret, hey, it's okay.
Iris sets down the cups and rushes to Margaret's side.
What the fuck did I just have a vision of?
Oh, what happened? Hey, shh, it's okay, babe.
No, Iris, it's not okay. You don't understand what just happened. I just...
Margaret cries in Iris's arms. After a little bit, Margaret calms down enough for her to tell her best friend what happened.
Okay, so I saw a vision, but it wasn't like anything I've ever seen. I saw a date. I saw a time and date. The date was May 21st, 2033. The time was 10:33, and then I saw a humongous explosion. The earth exploded in my mind with an exact time and date. Now I don't know what to think. 10:33, it's in 2 hours.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go now. You're being really weird, Margaret.
Iris slowly starts backing out of her office.
Please don't leave me. The world is going to end and I need you to help me tell everyone we can get a hold of.
No, it's not. You're lying.
Margaret sits in silence after she watches her best friend walk out on her. She gets out her phone and starts ranting on her YouTube page about what she saw, telling people to save themselves. Margaret starts going crazy and people are commenting hate. You're lying. Go to a mental hospital. Get help. Stop lying for clout. Clickbait. Margaret sits on the ground, rocking back and forth until the world explodes. The end.
We call our two playwrights up here. Divide yourselves up across those two microphones. Go ahead and start us off by telling us what inspired the both of you to write this play.
Yeah, so basically, my mom really likes to do tarot card readings in the morning. And one night, when I told her I was doing this, we were brainstorming ideas, and I looked over at her cards, and I just had this whole thing. I was like, this would be a really good idea. So yeah, that's kind of what it was. I just went along with her.
Excellent, excellent. Do we have some, oh good. What's the backstory of the cut? The infamous paper cut.
Yeah, so in my mind, I thought that she would, with the cut, that's what gave her her powers. So I was trying to connect, before the cut even came into play, I was trying to connect how she got her powers and how she didn't before. And then I was like, I could add a paper cut and then something would happen, and then that's how she got it.
And how did you come up with the ending?
Ending? Yeah, you wrote the ending. I wrote the ending. Which part? The ending.
Where the world ends.
Ending.
Yeah. What inspired that?
I don't know. Okay. It just went into my brain.
Like a vision?
Yeah. Just like her. I guess I'm like her. I guess you're like Margaret.
Yeah. Why did the weird glittery gloop come out of her body? Is she cursed?
In a way, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
Superhero now. Oh, have a question from the audience.
So it says she was rocking back and forth at the end, waiting for the world to explode. Does it actually explode?
Yes. It does.
It's a very dramatic conclusion to a play.
Yeah. I think that if the world didn't explode, that would have been really funny. But I feel like I wanted it to have a dramatic ending.
I wonder, because I think that image of her at the end with the comments streaming is really powerful in terms of juxtaposing it with the visual, auditory, like the world exploding, and this character is part of what feels like is happening at the end there is, you're a loser, that those comments have to do with like something about the connecting it to the explosion. I love that idea, and I just wondered if you had thoughts about how that came to you.
I don't know. I was just thinking that when people like tweak out, when people like, I don't know, it's just a thing. When people like kind of gets that feeling of like the things that happen and like their mind goes crazy, people like, you go online to see what's happening on there. And so I was thinking I had to just connect that because like mental illnesses happen from online a lot. So like just that made her tweak out a lot. Yeah. So gotta include that, I guess. Yeah.
You had several questions about the ending here. So the world does explode, and that it was intentional, that you built that drama into it. Tell us, was Margaret human though? Were the cards from our world, or was the idea that they're from outside of our world?
I guess I never really thought about that. If you want them to be sent from outer space, I guess they can be sent from outer space.
I'm sensing several of your comments are wondering if Margaret wasn't human. Or were the cards magic or haunted? Has that been your experience with the cards in your house?
I mean, yeah. I think that I never really thought about Margaret not being human. I guess I just kind of wrote her as this just girl trying to get by in a big city with, kind of
Because she really starts out as a hustler.
Yeah.
Like it's not real, or she doesn't believe. And then I think there's an interesting evolution where she starts to believe with that paper cut. We call that in theater an inciting incident that really started the action.
Yeah, I actually was like, my comment was along that same line of like, you know, a lot of us go to or access like the esoteric arts, I don't know if that's what they're called, or like different healing arts and non-Western like spirituality and medicine and stuff, and it's like, I think everyone goes like, the skeptics will always be like, yeah, but like, does it work, or have you seen changes? And I think a lot of people go like, who knows, and like, why not, right? And I felt like Margaret really embodied that, or like her believers, her disbelievers, is like, she's just doing card readers, and like, even she doesn't really know. But it turns out like, people's lives have changed as a result, so like, you know, we live in kind of a doomsday world. Like, everyone's like, maybe the world will end, maybe it won't. Like, no one actually knows, so it's like, is Margaret crazy, or are there too many haters in the world? Like, I can just see it developing from, as Keita spoke to, like, a lot of the perceptions around it and stuff. In 8 years, we're cooked, so someone knows.
I do want to say, I did intentionally make the date of this, but I didn't put it to the exact time. I didn't know that it was going to happen at like 10. That it was crazy. Me and Parakeet, we were like, what?
Sorry, so you could write in the play, like insert current time for wherever it's performed, they would like adapt it.
I didn't know that.
It's a trick of the trade. You're one of, I think, the only play that was written with 2 authors. Can you take a moment and speak to what it was like to collaborate with each other, and how did you have that give and take in the writing process?
We just talked the entire time. We didn't write first. We spoke our thoughts and connected everything and made sure we agreed on something, and we just talked together, and then we wrote it up, and one of us would take one side and then the other would write the lines. So we just worked together and made it work. I think it was definitely easier that me and Bearkeet are friends. And I think that already having an idea of what you want the story to be was very beneficial to the story. Because I feel like if we were just left by ourselves to create a whole storyline, we wouldn't have gotten anything done.
Excellent. I think we have time for one more question. Anybody have a final, before the world ends, y'all?
Yeah, guys, hurry up.
What's your last question gonna be?
How does the world explode?
That's a really good question. How does the world explode, Bearkeet? Explodes out of nowhere. The core just... Bring science into it. Yeah. The core explodes. Or an asteroid just hit Earth, another moon formed. Yeah, the second Big Bang. Yeah.
All right, and on that note, a round of applause for our playwright. Thank you very much. Our third piece, we're on to Waldorf. Let's hear it for Waldorf. All right, the play is called Freedom for the Feathered by Hannah Bomblis. And a round of applause for Hannah. And we have the role of Thea being played by Ramona, Snip by Avery, Farmer 1, John, Farmer 2, Gita, and Penny will do our stage directions. Thank you.
Freedom for the Feathered by Hannah Bomblis. Setting: cage in chicken factory farm, early morning. Character 1, Thea, small white determined hen. Character 2, Snip, puffy black moody hen. Character 3, Farmer 1, trying to run a successful chicken factory farm. Character 4, Farmer 2, trying to run a successful chicken factory farm with Farmer 1. At Rise, chickens just starting to stir. Focus is on one particular cage.
Hey, Snip.
What is it, Thea?
Would you rather have yesterday's slightly older grain or this morning's slightly fresher grain? Preference?
Ho ho! Besides, this grain always sucks.
Well, at least I'm trying to keep a good mood. You sound like you've given up.
I haven't given up. Look, Thea, we're captured, caged up, locked up. Put it however you want, but we can't escape. If you have a brilliant plan for freedom, I'd love to hear it, but otherwise I would like some peace and quiet.
Snip,
Loud bang as farm door opens. Footsteps, humans talking, chickens fall silent, listening.
So, you think that row A has slowed in egg production?
That's us.
What?
You're row A.
I know.
Possibly.
Do you think that this will hurt our income?
It very well could.
Then maybe we need to refresh row A with new young bullets.
And what about the old ones?
Farmer one nods to a fresh roast chicken sign.
Well, you know.
Both farmers laugh and exit stage.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna get cooked.
Knew it was gonna happen eventually.
Snip,
What?
don't give up that easily.
Sure, like we're gonna escape within the next few days when we've been trying to for a year.
Oh, but we will escape because I have a plan.
All right, tell me this plan.
We're gonna make the farmer take us out of the cage.
And how are we going to do that?
You're gonna pretend to peck me.
Do I have to pretend?
No, this is no time to joke around, Snip.
I wasn't joking.
Once they're holding us, attack.
Gladly.
Okay then.
Farmers return to the door, talking and laughing. Door is left open.
3, 2, 1, go!
Snip starts faking violent pecking at Thea, who starts to squawk in fake pain.
Hey, cut that out!
Farmer one walks over and bangs on the cage. Snip doesn't stop.
Hey, can you help me wrangle these two?
Sure. Looks like they're from row A. Maybe we could just cook them now.
And if these two taste good, then the others in the row probably will too. So then we can sell them for a higher price under the label incredibly juicy.
Perfect! Farmer 2 comes over and attempts to grab Thea.
This is for locking us up.
Thea viciously attacks Farmer 2 and breaks free.
This is for terrible grain!
Snip leaps at Farmer 1's hand, pecking violently, and then flaps toward the open door that Thea has run through.
Catch them!
They're gold! Outside, under a big white truck.
I can't believe it. Your plan actually worked.
I will take that as a compliment. Now we just need a plan to get the others out.
No way am I going to risk my precious freedom for some random chickens I don't know.
Come on, Snip.
Police car drives up. Thea and Snip duck further under the truck. 20 minutes later, Thea and Snip return to the edge of the chicken barn. They can hear the farmers talking loudly. The police car is gone.
And they said that was illegal, so we have to move all the chickens to the other barn.
But the other barn is miles away.
I paid for a truck to come so we can load all the chickens and equipment onto there. It's parked right outside.
Let's start loading those chickens. Are they all going in one extra large cage?
Yep.
This is our chance to free everyone.
Fine. I will admit it, this is a good opportunity, but you do all the risky stuff.
I'll do most of the risky stuff.
Fine.
Together, they hatch their plan. There is whispering between them. Thea and Snip wait until all the chicken cages are loaded, then dart into the truck as farmers go back inside for equipment.
First, we need to find those pliers.
Found the sharp ones.
Together, they line up the end of the pliers to a wire of the chicken cage, ignoring the questions from the other chickens.
All right, you hold the bottom handle and I'll hold the top, then you pull up and I'll push down.
3, 2, 1, go!
Wire snaps, and they do this again and again until they have made a hole just big enough for a chicken.
Run free, my friend!
Chickens start pouring out of the cage. Farmers return carrying assorted equipment.
Hey, our chickens!
Farmers start chasing chickens. Chaos erupts until Farmer 1 trips over a chicken and stumbles into Farmer 2. Both farmers face plant in the mud as chickens escape to the woods.
We're all free!
But where are we going now? I'm sure the farmers will try to catch us again.
I'm not quite sure where we're gonna go, but at least we'll be free.
Freedom for us feathered.
End of the play.
Come on down, Hannah. chicken t-shirt. Well chosen. Tell us about your inspiration for this piece.
Well, I love chickens. I'm sure all of my classmates probably know this. And I wanted to write a play that, I don't know, I really wanted to chickens should be free. They shouldn't be in factory farms. So I wanted to write a fun, maybe slightly funny, funny play of chickens escaping from a factory farm.
Delightful, delightful. Let's get a couple of questions from the audience. Any other chicken newsies? Yes, some more questions about so Newsies, theatrical piece, and then Chicken Run. Did any particular thing influence you or inspire you, or do you recommend any particular chicken-themed movies?
Well, it does mention some things that, I don't know, it's like kind of an older movie, but I really liked Chicken People. There are some mentions of it might be for higher audiences because it does mention some things, but I really loved that movie.
Hashtag free the chickens. Do you own chickens yourself?
Yes.
How many?
Now I have 13. I have 3 chicks that are almost pullets, sadly, but I love them dearly.
And are they free? Free range?
Well, our chickens, they are an electric fence, but they do get a wide range of yard to wander, I guess. The chicks are currently in my room.
Love that. The internet, the people want to know, what happens next after these? How are these chickens going to survive in the wild? Should we be afraid that they'll be eaten?
I wanted to make that they're I might want to continue this story by making it that they live in the woods and are just freeing chickens all around. I was going to have a bunch of little quirky fun ideas. One was that Snip was going to get a robotic foot and a bunch of things like that. I really would like to continue this story, and I think they will live in the woods and free chickens.
Free chickens. Somebody wants to know, is this really commentary on the horrible conditions that most animals in the meat production system experience?
I think, yeah. I didn't do too much research, which I probably should have, but I did a little bit. But yeah, chickens are generally not kept in good environments in chicken factory farms.
I have a question. Do you eat chicken, or are you vegetarian or something?
I eat chicken, yes I do, but I try to eat chicken from, sometimes I just freely eat chicken and I don't really think about where it comes from, but especially when it comes to family dinners, I really do. My parents, we get our chickens from a farm that really does care about the chickens' quality of life.
So you have an amazing play, great job. And then this question, how did you develop the different personalities?
I really wanted a little determined hen who was very determined on escaping, and this moody hen who was I really wanted this moody hen to counter the other character in a way, and to create maybe a few playful arguments between them.
And we hear some love, a lot of chicken love here on the screen. And then this question, are you going to write more about other farm animals? What about the cows, the sheep, or the pigs?
I mean, maybe. Maybe these chickens run off to the woods and start freeing these other animals too.
I so appreciate so much about the play, and that you mentioned you wanted to, it's a comedy, but there's, there are undertones of that. There's meaning to it in a lot of different ways, which really works well. The rhythm of it and the structure works really well, and the title and that last line, which call to the it's a particular kind. They're free, and yet what you've mentioned is it's a freedom for feathered. That idea of that it's a freedom, but are they safe? And I really enjoy the way that you kind of skated that line of helping to. We care about those chickens. We want them to be free, and you really do that very skillfully throughout the structure of the play. And then by the time they are free, we care about them even more because we're a little oh, are they gonna be okay? There's more there. So really appreciate that. Thank you.
And we have a final plug for some ducks. A sequel with some ducks. Let's give Hannah a round of applause. All right, we're going to transition to another play from Rock Point. Rock Point. And this is called Traitor by Zinnia Mitchell. And we have the parts of Layla being played by Penny Derizette, Xander by Avery Smith, and Ash by Ramona Beskin. And our stage directions are going to be read by John Francois.
Traitor by Zinnia Mitchell. Is it pronounced Zinnia?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Layla and Xander comes walking out from behind the curtains, slightly laughing.
Do you remember when we used to go down to the river with Ash and swim for hours until our parents would come looking for us in a panic?
I don't think I really recall.
What do you mean you don't recall? You were normally the one who suggested that we go swimming.
Oh, I guess I did do that. Must have just slipped my mind.
Xander goes quiet and lowers his head. Layla pulls out her phone to check the time.
Oh, crap.
Layla gets up from where she was sitting.
I'm sorry, I should probably get going.
But, Layla, it's almost sunset and you promised you would stay this time.
I don't think I can.
A voice Layla and Xander can't hear.
Don't let her leave.
I have something I want to ask you when the sun sets.
Why can't you just ask me now?
Layla looks at Xander and takes a step toward where he is.
You know I have to get back to my sister.
I think she will be fine for a little while longer.
I don't trust Ash to be left at home alone for more than an hour. You should know this better than anyone, Xander. After all, you've been my friend since Ash went into first grade.
Layla, it's been 15 years of watching her grow up. She's almost 19. I don't think leaving her home alone a few hours is going to be that big of a deal.
Maybe not, but I'm still worried she'll find some way to cause trouble.
You can't let her leave.
I think you're overthinking it.
Xander, still sitting, grabs Layla's hand, who has slowly moved closer to Xander.
I also think you should sit down with me and watch the sunset.
Layla looks at Xander and slips her hand away from his.
Fine, just let me call Ash real quick to make sure she's okay.
Okay, don't take too long.
Layla walks off stage holding a phone to her ear. Xander gets up, looking toward the audience.
Why can't you just make this easy for me? I just want to get rid of her. Layla found me after my last switch, when I took over this body, but now I think it's time to switch to a new body. Once I get into this new body, I can finally live with my sister in a way that looks like we were born in this generation.
Ash enters and sits near Xander.
God damn Ash! She has caused so much trouble. This is the 4th time I've tried to switch and, oh, that goddamn Ash keeps getting in the way. I swear if Ash takes Layla away one more time, I just might have to kill her too.
You can't blame Layla for wanting to protect me, right?
That's true, but if I succeed with this switch, I may choose to stop taking over others' bodies. This is the 25th body in over 100 years of this. Anyway, I need the switch to Layla's body to happen tonight, or I won't be able to survive much longer. You know how many problems the bodies have after we kill them.
True, and I'm still not the problem. She is.
Xander goes to sit back down, and Ash runs off stage into the audience as Layla comes back on stage.
Is everything okay with Ash?
Yeah.
Layla hesitates and walks over to Xander to sit down.
Ash didn't pick up the phone, but I think she's fine.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Also, sorry I left you.
Xander looks toward the audience with a small smile.
It's fine.
Looks back towards Layla.
Do you think she'll call back?
I doubt it, though I left a message telling her to come up here, so we'll see what happens. I think she'll see the message.
So we can watch the sunset together?
I guess. However, once Ash gets here, I really should get going. After all, tomorrow is the 8th year mark of our parents dying, and Ash and I are going to the graveyard.
I totally forgot that was tomorrow. Do you want me to go with you guys?
No. Thanks for the offer, though. I think we should go alone.
All right.
Layla gets up and walks toward the cliff.
Do you think they would be proud of how Ash and I turned out?
Don't answer.
I don't think I should be the one you ask.
Xander gets up and slowly starts walking toward Layla.
After all, I hardly know anything about them.
Takes a couple of steps toward Layla. Layla turns around and takes a small step away from Xander.
What do you mean you hardly know anything about my parents? You used to be over at our house every single day.
Was I?
Yes, you were. Oh, this is one of your pranks where you pretend
No.
to forget everything.
Layla trails off with her thoughts. Layla takes a step backward.
What do you mean, no, this isn't one of your pranks? You're the same Xander I've known almost my entire life. At least, you should be.
Layla starts speaking in a questioning tone.
Wait, how would it be possible for you to not be the same Xander I've known since childhood?
Trails off. Xander starts laughing in a low, creepy laugh.
Do you almost have a guess as to who I actually am? I doubt you'll get it right.
You're Xander, my childhood friend. Who else could you be?
My name is Xander. Well, this body is Xander. My real name is William.
What the hell do you mean your real name is William?
Holds up his hand to tell Layla to stop talking.
If you had let me finish, I could have explained, but now I'm not sure I want to.
I'm sorry, I won't interrupt you again. So please explain.
Xander takes a step toward Layla, making her step back.
Okay, fine. Since you asked so nicely, I'll explain.
Layla takes a step backward. Xander sits on a rock next to them.
My name is William. I have a sister who I grew up with. When we were kids, she got very sick, and I made a deal with the witch in town to save her. In return, I had to kill people every 10 to 25 years. I found a way to heal the bodies I killed to be able to keep my consciousness alive for hundreds of years. My sister followed suit once she got better. This was the last body I had chosen, but now we're at the end of those 25 years and I need a new body.
So why did you choose me?
Why I chose you? You were the closest person to who my sister chose.
Xander gets up and walks toward Layla.
Are you done with the questions now?
No, I have many more questions. Just let me straighten them out in my head.
Ash comes on stage.
Xander, brother, just get rid of her.
Layla looks towards Ash.
That was rhetorical. I don't care if you have more questions or not.
Xander, still looking at Layla, moves to be right in front of Layla.
Wait.
Goodbye.
Xander pushes Layla backstage off the cliff. The end.
Come on down, Zinnia. I think you know the question we all want to know. What inspired this piece, Zinnia?
I honestly don't actually think I can answer that. It just kind of came to me. I love murder mysteries and like time travel and things like that. This was also not the final draft of my play. No, it's fine. It's actually funny to hear the draft I did, like the draft right before the final draft. So it's nice to hear it again.
Oh, tell us what are some of the changes you made in the final draft?
Some of the changes were mainly just stage directions. I lessened them and fully got rid of most of the physical contact to make it more of just like, oh, wait, why is this different? Like, why aren't they closer to each other?
The psychological, I appreciated because in the beginning, you have this, it almost feels romantic, right? Like, oh, wait for sunset, I have a question. And so my brain went one way, and then all of a sudden it took a turn. I really love that switch. I think it's really fun to play with the audience's expectations. Questions for Zinnia about this murder mystery, time travel?
So, if it's 25 years, what age were they when...
15 years.
Okay. I was like, wait, I think I'm missing something here.
So they were supposed to be in like 3rd grade when they first met, and the younger sister was supposed to be in like 1st-ish grade, like kindergarten or 1st grade.
I love a piece that sends an audience out going, wait, how did you? So that question, that's really, I think you did your job with a good murder mystery. And again, here we go, to be honest, at first I thought he was gonna ask her out. Yep, you set us up. Do you think there's a sequel in 10 to 25 years? What do you think would happen to these characters in 10 to 25 years, Zinnia?
Probably Xander or William would try to live his life out with his sister in the body that he chose to steal. So, I don't know.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Don't you think that, it's probably not wise of Xander to push Layla off a cliff? Like, wouldn't that damage her body so that, it would be kind of hard to take over because she's kind of smushed?
Yeah, I've had the same thoughts. I don't know. Originally, she was gonna be shot in the head. So I figured having her be pushed off a cliff might be better. So broken bones instead of a destroyed brain.
So part of the fun of creating a world is the world building, and so you have to sort of think through what are the different requirements in this world. So I would have chalked it up to some witchy magic, some witchy power that we might want to know more about. I was impressed with the real-life trauma of parents dying layered onto the time travel trauma of body occupiers. Can you speak to that a little bit, that sort of coupling of real trauma with this sort of fantastical?
Yeah. I was adopted when I was born, and I found out later in life that my birth father is dead. So even though I didn't meet my birth parents, there's a psychological thing that happens when you find out a parent is dead and you'll never get to meet them. And my birth mother is just like, she's crazy. She's pretty much gone insane. So I don't really get to meet either of them, which is kind of why I added in that like real life trauma. And then the fantastical, I don't know, it just kind of happened.
There's an interesting juxtaposition there.
What happens to the bodies once William and his sister leave and take a new one?
What happens to the bodies they had before?
Bodies. Yeah.
That is a very good question.
So
They're probably just pronounced dead, honestly, because they have to be dead to be taken over. So they'll be found and they'll be pronounced dead.
So the police would find this beach scene, a girl who fell off the cliff, another guy who just dropped dead seemingly, and some random other kid?
Oh no, they'd be long gone. Yeah.
So like they're all related.
And also the one who fell off the cliff.
Alive. Yeah.
Two people would be gone. There would only be one body there, so.
I have a question. Oh, you know exactly what I'm going to ask you for the last time. Can Xander's last name be Pagan? And can William's last name be Afton?
Sure, Kelsey. Make it whatever you want.
I win! I also have a question. Who is your favorite character? It better be Layla.
Okay. Quick thing, the person who just asked that question was one of the actors for my play and played Layla. I do apologize, it is not Layla. Layla is not my favorite character. Sorry.
Who's your favorite character then?
My favorite character, I might have to say, honestly, is Xander. Xander is slightly based off of one of my friends from when I was younger, who's just mean, dark, like has written many stories about murders and stuff, so.
Do your characters always, like, does William always have to be a boy? Does he have to body switch with a boy, or can he body switch with a girl?
The characters can body switch with anybody.
Oh. We have some questions about the witch. What can you add to our understanding about the witch and what the requirements were for these murders?
Basically, the witch just said, like, you have to be in the same, like, if you take over a body, you have to be in the same age bracket of when you take over that body. So if you take over a body who's in their 20s, the next body also has to be in their 20s.
All right, I think we have time for one more question.
So like, obviously like Layla's like situation's like really unfair. Is there like any way she'd like possibly come back as like a ghost and like haunt William or something?
Justice for Layla. Yeah.
Justice for Layla.
Probably. If I were to write something more, I would definitely try to figure out a way to bring Layla back and make it just like kind of a screw you to Xander. Just like, I'm here. You didn't get rid of me how you wanted to.
I'm looking around. I actually don't see the other people, so I might have time for. I don't see the people who tell me I have to wrap things up. So until I'm told I have to go, let's take a few more questions.
So Xander has a sister, right?
Yeah.
And Layla has a sister, and they're both named Ash. Is it the same person, or?
Originally, no. So originally, they were two different people, and then Xander's sister took over Layla's younger sister, and they're both named Ash.
Okay.
So there's some appreciation that all the characters seem to be pretty rotten. I would say except some innocence for Layla, justice for Layla. Oh, and some love for maybe this could be a good movie.
I just have a question about, you said if they take over a body who's 20, the next body also has to be 20?
More or less.
Does that mean that the entire time they just have 20-year-old bodies? Because it's like kind of like a loop in my mind.
Yeah, so they can, it kind of depends. If it's needed that they need, like, Xander took over a child, or like, William took over a child named Xander. So his next body, he chose to live in that one for the longest time he could, and then took over Layla's, who they're in their 20s. Yeah, they still age.
I love that the audience is so trying to puzzle it all together. I think that's a real testament to the success of a murder mystery. So a round of applause for Zinnia. And can I get a round of applause for all of our playwrights? For our actors. That was just incredible. It's always fun to see the range that all of your actors could play in all these different plays. That's just a ton of fun. A few people are coming in from the other workshops. How were the other workshops? Were they fun? Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Good. Other workshops. So what's going to happen next? I'm looking for Shoshana. When she returns, we'll do that same thing again where she groups us into different plays, and then we'll do another round of these cold readings, and there are 2 more workshops coming on up. So let's take a few minutes